Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 554. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212. I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hey, everybody.
What's up, Ray?
As you can tell, the truth is still out there.
Okay, so go ahead. I know you're going to tell me.
No, yeah, so I watched that episode of The X-Files because I had to know. Just because. And, yeah, I don't understand. I didn't hate it. I thought it was, kind of funny, but,
Right.
like
you don't want to like it, right?
I thought it was clever that, they reversed it. It was like a Shyamalan twist.
Right.
The lizard guy wasn't the thing. He got bit by a human, But, I don't know.
That
made
wouldn't
me
be
really
your first
uncomfortable.
choice. Right, me too. That wouldn't be your first choice to start a reboot with only 6 episodes.
Well, when he was telling the story and it was him and Scully in the back room, I was kind of like, that's great. Now I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Right. I was like, what did they do to my show?
Oh, he's got kicked out.
I was like,
I don't
what
know
are
what
they doing
just
to my
happened
show?
there.
I guess Scully didn't like that. I don't know.
But yeah, I saw, but the thing was, I was kind of like I had seen that prior because somebody put a GIF online of that, and I was like, oh, that's really weird. And then I saw this episode, and I was like, oh, that's what it's from. And so, yeah, it was still weird, though.
I just didn't like it, man.
I don't know if they're doing themselves any favors by putting that on there for that
I don't
season,
think so.
I didn't get it.
I kind of question if it was the fact that you didn't know what to write with 6 episodes. Why don't you do 5? You know, I kind of like,
no,
that's a risk.
Don't take this the wrong way, but even if I was on drugs, I still wouldn't have been able to have got that episode.
You know what? I can't watch that a second time. I can't.
It's like Gators in the eye.
No, I can't literally watch it.
It hurts. It hurts. Take it.
Yeah. I mean, today I was relaxing. I watched Let's Kill Hitler, with the Love Dr. River and Amy Rory, chilling, Good stuff.
What's up with his movie career?
Yeah,
Matt
we were
Smith.
talking about Matt Smith, yeah.
He doesn't have one.
That's the problem.
God, David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston is still doing movies, and he's like flopping at them.
I mean, Christopher Eccleston's becoming like enemies with Thor, and he's like enemies with G.I. Joe and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, and Matt Smith's just like, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. I mean,
he's a floater, basically.
He's not
floating
getting
around trying to find some job till the next one comes around.
Just stick him in The Walking Dead for fuck's sake.
He had a secure thing with Doctor Who.
Now that would be funny if they stuck him in The Walking Dead and some formation he's got a Doctor Who outfit on.
Bow tie and fez up.
They just double take things they saw it wrong, and then look at.
I feel bad. I feel bad for him because, I mean, he's in that new show on Netflix, The Crown.
Yeah.
See a trailer of that?
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, I'll get you a trailer of that, but he's like not the main guy like he was with Doctor Who. I mean, even with Terminator, he was the main thing. Which, if there were 2 more, he would have been the main thing. But I don't know, man.
So you still think that he left too early, don't you?
He should have had 1 more year. I honestly he should have just stayed 1 more year. I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were saying though. That last series, which Capaldi's first, was his season, weren't it?
But what was the rush? Even if he had movie deals, they could have they work around with Capaldi and everybody else. You could have did specials or something. I mean, I don't know, man. He was great.
Do what Tennant's doing. Doing the
Maybe Tennant's in everything.
The Peter Finnish dramas.
He's in everything. He's in Turtles cartoon. David Tennant is everywhere. He could be in Jessica Jones again. I mean,
the latest Turtles thing, and it looks awesome.
He could be in Jessica Jones again. I mean, we don't know.
No, but even before Doctor Who, he was in Harry Potter and that, weren't he?
He gets around. He could get some stuff, but actually, he's going to come to New York. Is it next year that he's gonna be doing? Was it Henry VIII or something?
Henry
So-
VIII, I am.
I think he is.
I am.
I'm gonna have to go see him. But other than that, it's like. Did anybody see the trailer to Jenna Louise Coleman's and Emilia Clarke's movie?
No, not yet. I keep hearing about it every time I'm about to.
Game of Thrones, Emilia Clarke, and Jenna Louise Coleman. are in it.
Even Jenna Louise Coleman's getting a bit of a kickstart of her career since the Raven got her.
Karen Gillan is in great shit too.
Even
I mean,
Rory,
to curse, but great stuff.
even Arthur Darvill in Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I still gotta watch the latest episode of that.
You got Captain Jack, you got Alex Kingston, and Arthur Darvill in the same universe. You know, the Arrow Legends of Tomorrow
Yeah.
universe.
And
Even Alex,
Kingston's the mother to one of the gals on.
Yeah. So, you know.
it's just Matt Smith that's letting down the crew.
Oh, Chris, I wanted to talk to you about something
What's
really
up?
important. Somebody put something on Facebook. I forgot who, saying that they swear that Han Solo ignited the lightsaber to kill
Yeah,
himself.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
I don't think so.
I
You
don't
think
think so, but this is the thing, right? The reason I'm giving that any thought is it would be quite a twist. And to be honest, the evidence that they're citing, no one can say whether that's true or not, because they're actually right. You never actually see Ren ignite the lightsaber.
Yeah, but you know what they're doing? They're doing a Harry Potter. You know? I mean, I don't want
What?
to repeat of that.
Well,
Was
shot first.
where Snape killed Dumbledore, and it
Yeah.
was really a fake thing because, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, I don't think it's true either. I think that Ren killed him. But here's the thing. I would not be, like,
surprised?
opposed. I'd be surprised. But I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of something more going on there. As long as it didn't result in Han Solo coming back to life somehow.
Yeah.
But, or they're like, oh, he didn't really die. Or something like that. Like, if they...
Well, like,
He went through his shirt and just strafed his.
Like, in other
something
words,
like
he used
that.
the Force to make the lightsaber not go through him, but, like, whatever.
Well, or something like that. But honestly, I don't think it's true. But to me, I think that there's obviously going to be something more to Han Solo dying. And I think we're going to see that in episode. I think it's either going to, lead to Ren being a completely dark side user,
Right.
But here's the thing, though. In the book, I keep going back to that, which is canon. In the book, it says Ren kills Solo. He thinks that it's going to make him more powerful. It's going to make him completely dark side. And it makes him even more a light side user.
Wow.
So, and they said that was one of the reasons that he lost to Rey. Because he was being conflicted the whole time, even more than he was prior to killing Han Solo.
Right.
So that's why I think that when I see all these big YouTubers saying he can't be redeemed, yeah, he can be redeemed.
Look at Vader's
Absolutely.
last Star Wars film.
Yeah, I know that everybody's sad that Han Solo got killed by this guy. But guess what? This is Han and Leia's kid. Whether you like him or not, he's gonna have a huge role from now on.
Right.
And I'm lucky because I love Kylo Ren. I think he's great.
Me too.
But,
I love the picture somebody did. They took a Solo cup and that red thing and
cross-guard
red
saber?
lightsaber and stuck it through the Solo cup. What? Too soon?
yeah.
It's crazy.
It's true. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of clever because, like, everything they said in there was true. Like, Solo was holding the lightsaber where the button was. He wasn't holding it, like, at the end. We don't see Ren actually thrust the saber through his chest. It just kind of ignites through him. So,
On the Han's giving them the choice, or not even having to give him the choice.
I can't believe that, man. I can't. I can't believe Han Solo would just. I mean, I don't know.
No offense, but I don't want to believe it, and I don't want to
First
believe
thing
it.
again. Who pushed the? And this time they're probably going, who pushed the button first?
I mean,
Yeah.
what was? I mean, why? So Snoke. I mean, what the hell is Snoke? Is he? He could see into the future. He has the Force. I mean, what the hell is he?
Well, I mean, the thing that I find interesting about that is Han and Leia know who Snoke is.
Well, nobody knows, but they
No,
do.
they do. They know who he is.
Well, if they do, we don't know who he is.
Yeah, well, we don't know who he is, but in the movie, like she says, it was Snoke. He turned him to the dark side. So, I'm thinking
Snoke for Leia?
Snoke, yes, I'm thinking Snoke was a senator in the New Republic, and he tried to force it back to the Empire. Something went wrong. He got all disfigured, and while he was doing all this, he told Kylo Ren about the. I think he's the one who gave Kylo Ren Vader's mask. To tell
But
you the truth.
was he connected with Emperor Palpatine? I mean, because
Well,
it was Senator Palpatine.
He says, again, in the book, he says, I've been around to see the rise and fall of the Empire. And here's the telling thing. This guy knew every single thing that happened between Luke, Vader, and the Emperor. And we have, up until now, because of the book that I read, Aftermath, nobody else knows what happened in that room. Nobody. But this guy knows everything that happened.
So he's probably like a cross between the Emperor or something.
Yeah, either he was there, because in Aftermath there are parts that they say, and there's a mobile game.
Couldn't he be Emperor Palpatine, but like a new form or something?
It could be, but what I was going to say was there's a mobile game where the Empire, they make a blockade around the system, and they said nobody knows the Emperor and Vader are dead. So we could completely lie to everybody. We could dress some guy up like Palpatine and say, he's still alive, Vader's still alive, the rebels are dead, everything's great. But nobody knows that these two are dead.
Interesting.
So, I mean, later on they find out, but the fact that this guy knows Vader turned back to the light side at the end of his life.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
But he knows.
But then he must be Palpatine.
Well, I personally think that he's connected to Vader somehow. I really do. Something's just because of that stuff that they had in the art book that they took out of the movie with Anakin's Force Ghost, and half of his face was still Vader's mask. There's something about that to me that I see that and I'm like.
But I don't see how he would be half evil, half good if he was good when he died.
Well, what they said.
Does that mean the evil goes away somewhere?
Well, yeah, what they said in the art book, like, they said that him turning to the dark side was he was so immersed in it that even though he turned back to the light, there was always going to be a part of him that was still dark. And in Knights of the Old Republic, later on in the future of that game, there was a character named Darth Revan whose soul literally splits into a dark side and a light side version of himself.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, and a lot of stuff that they've been doing in Rebels has come from Knights of the Old Republic.
Wow. So you're saying we could have two spirits, a Darth Vader spirit and an Anakin spirit?
I think it's possible that what we saw at the end... Yeah,
I think it's possible.
I think what we saw at the end of Return of the Jedi was just normal Anakin. But I do think that if Snoke is revealed to be a part of Vader, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But
how could he be part of Vader? That's so weird, man.
Would it be one of these special guards or whatever?
No, because he has to be Force sensitive. Because if he's gonna teach Ren how to be like a dark side user, he's got to know the Force.
Who's gonna teach? Yeah, that's true. And Luke is gonna train right.
Yeah.
Obviously. That's going to be something. And obviously they're going to lose, the good guys, because it's like the Empire Strikes Back, like reboot, part 2 type of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Just a shame that we ain't seen
As long as
Yoda
it's
in it.
different, as long as it's not too similar to Empire. I mean, I know it's got to be on caliber as great as Empire, but I don't want it to be like a copycat thing with, I really don't want to,
Well, I mean,
they got to go to different planets. They got to do different things. It can't be like,
they will, but like if you look at the Star Wars formula, there was a YouTuber named Chris Stuckman who did a video about this, and he did it when everyone was kind of complaining that The Force Awakens was too much like A New Hope.
right,
He said that Star Wars has a very specific formula, and if you do it correctly, you get really good movies. And he said the formula, part of it is you have New Hope, you introduce new characters are triumphant in the end. The second part of the formula, the second movie, is the villains win
right,
in the second movie. And in the third movie, there's kind of a bittersweet ending with the good side, quote unquote, being victorious.
right.
I think that's just the formula that Star Wars has. And I think it works.
Yeah,
So I think
introduce.
yeah.
Then in the second one, the good guys sort of fall back, and then you have the, like you said, the bittersweet.
But in a way,
knowledge.
this may not, the part 9 may not be bittersweet because it may lead right into 10, 11, and 12, which may be 5 years away from that.
It could, yeah. But I think if they do that, this part of the story for Rey and all of them will end good for them. But eventually, if they do 10, 11, and 12, when they do 10, 11, and 12, if they're sticking with those characters, which I think they should,
They probably will.
yeah, they'll start a new story, like a whole new story with them. So
Well, maybe things would get worse or something.
it could. I still think that this is going to end with Rey and Ren being the dark side and the light, and that's kind of how balance.
I rather the First Order be actually the Empire, because I don't like this garbage with when they do it like that. It sounds too much like the Nazis and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I don't like if they could restore the Empire the way it was, that powerful, where the rebels are like always barely getting by. I mean, now it looks like the rebels are like really, on par with,
Well,
But
not anymore, because the Resistance is the only army that the Republic has
the
now.
Resistance looks on par with the First Order now.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
there's the Resistance. It's like, main ships come out of nowhere, X-wings and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like,
they didn't really do, like, again, in the book, they did a better job of explaining kind of the order, like, how everything's going, because the Resistance is not the Republic. Like, the Republic had their own army and everything, but it got destroyed by the First Order.
so who's ruling right now? The First Order?
Right.
Are they coming into power, the First Order? Or
Yeah,
is that,
the First Order is becoming a dangerous force, and they have been for a while. But
Okay.
the crazy thing about it was they've been doing, like, guerrilla-style stuff. Like, Ren would go out and do something. This was the first time in The Force Awakens that we know of that they've done something to this magnitude, where they destroyed 5 planets.
okay.
And one of the planets they destroyed was the Senate of the New Republic.
Okay.
And they lost the New Republic fleet on that planet as well. So the only army that the New Republic has is the dwindling Resistance.
So now they're basically
So,
screwed.
That's
Right.
why in this next movie, I think we're going to see more of the First Order. Whoever Benicio del Toro is playing is going to be like their greatest admiral or something, and he's just going to wipe out most of the Resistance.
Wow.
With Ren coming in and taking out, the Force sensitive, like going after Rey.
Right. But of course, he's going to be in the third one too, I think, right? Or you think he might get eliminated in this?
Yeah, no, I think he's going to be in the third one. I think in the third one, Snoke's going to try to take over his body or something like that.
Oh, yeah? Why,
Yeah.
Snoke needs the body swap or something?
Well, that's like I'm basing that off of what Han said. He said once he has you for your power, he'll kill you.
Right.
I think Snoke's body is so like destroyed, like what we saw, that he's training Ren to be so powerful.
So
that
he's
once
like a vampire, like a forced vampire?
something like that, and then he's going to try to take over his body, or he's going to try to force absorb him, which is another Knights of Ren, Knights of the Old Republic.
Could Snoke be a Sith that Palpatine said it can only be 2, and he kind of made him like that, like all messed up? Could Palpatine have like messed him up like that?
Oh yeah, but I still think he's Darth Plagueis. I really do. I still think that Snoke is Darth Plagueis because Darth Plagueis could survive that long. He saw the rise and fall of the Empire. He trained Palpatine, You know, I think he's still Darth Plagueis. I think the fact that we haven't learned who he is yet,
Like, in
means
other
he's a
words,
character that
could
we
it be
know.
possible that what, the Emperor did to him, right, that it took, like, longer for him to recalibrate himself?
Sure.
Because of the Force? Like, in other words, when Empire and Jedi are coming, he's just forming. Like,
Sure.
he's, like, basically reintegrating himself, like, slowly over, like, decades.
Yeah.
And then finally you get this mangled thing, whatever this thing is. Maybe
Yeah.
that's it.
I mean, he could be a lot of people. I mean, I heard one of the interesting theories is that he's Ezra from Rebels, and it makes sense because Ezra is a very powerful Force sensitive, and all signs in the show right now point to him turning to the dark side, and it fits because he saw the rise and fall of the Empire, or he saw the rise of the Empire. We don't know if he's going to see the fall, but he meets Darth Maul at the end of this season, and Maul's like, "Oh, you seek knowledge? Call me your old master."
I see.
Ezra's so powerful that Yoda contacts him in the show,
Okay.
and he's trying to keep him to the light side.
Right.
So it's possible, but I don't think so. I think he's still Darth Plagueis, but
See, I have a theory about the Force, right? My thing is that being that Obi-Wan and Yoda kind of didn't die at the hands of anybody, that they gave themselves to the Force, that they could return alive from the Force. I mean, that's what I feel, because they never actually died that way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, if I saw a movie where, like, Yoda's back and Ewan McGregor's back in this time, like, I wouldn't be surprised. Because I always felt like, well, they really didn't die. They just...
Committed suicide in a
No,
way.
they didn't commit suicide. No, they didn't die.
They just
They didn't
faded
commit
away.
suicide. They just became one with the energy source. So, like, what if the energy source just shoots them back out? Like, I mean, that's...
Doing
They've
something
actually-
they
they've
did for
mentioned-
the Transformer series when they had Optimus come back.
Right, right. So what did they say, Chris?
they've mentioned in canon material that once you give yourself to the Force, you can't return to the physical world.
Really?
They said that you can't, like,
That's-
once you become part of the Force, you are the Force, and the only thing that maintains yourself is that you keep your identity. But
Right.
even in the expanded universe, Yoda and Obi-Wan could only maintain that for a certain time. There was a whole time in the Thrawn trilogy, he never saw them ever again because they could never return. They could only do it a few times, and they completely became the Force, and he never saw them ever again until he became a Force ghost. I don't think they're going to do that in this series, but I'm pretty sure the only time we're going to see Yoda and Obi-Wan is if they're Force ghosts or if they do anthology films or flashbacks. Yeah, I mean, this is science fiction, so
That's
they could turn around
definitely
and say-
canon, though? That's not canon now,
It
is
is
it?
canon.
How
No,
do we know?
the stuff where they can never return, that's not canon anymore.
See,
the
that's
fact-
what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the fact that they are one with the Force and they can't return to the physical world, that is canon.
That is canon?
That is canon.
From where?
It's from one of the books that they just released.
They just released it? Okay.
Yeah. Not like just now. Like they released it in one of the other books that had come out.
When Disney had them?
Yeah,
Only?
it's definitely canon stuff. So I don't think that they can actually return as Force ghosts.
They
but-
could basically do whatever they want if they want.
Oh yeah, if they said that they wanted them to come back, they could come back. But I don't think that they will because that's taking away from the new characters.
Well,
Because now you're going back 2 generations, and it's like
yeah, well,
Anything's possible, though.
sometimes you can go back. I mean, Moffat never went back, but
Yeah, talking of that, Chris Chibnall wrote for Peter Capaldi for Torchwood, didn't he, when he was in that? For that brief stint.
Yeah, well, we're gonna. I mean, you got it, Chris.
no. I was gonna say they mentioned that, Ray. Moffat mentioned that off air.
Hmm.
He said that was because the 10th Doctor saved the people in Pompeii, and this was time kind
We
of getting
explained
even.
that. We explained that like so
Yeah.
many times already. Yeah,
I know.
yeah, but Interesting stuff with Star Wars, man. I mean, it sucks we gotta wait till December, but you know.
But we only have next Friday.
Oh,
I know.
Deadpool. Mhm.
What else?
Oh,
I wanted
you
to say?
Did you see about Ben Stiller? He broke the world record for a selfie stick.
What's that?
Ben Stiller broke the world record for a selfie stick at the Zoolander 2 premiere.
Oh, the Zoolander, yeah. What do you think of the picture they had with Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, and Adam Driver, like a family photo? Wasn't that cool?
That was real cool.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Who did that actually?
I think a fan did that.
Really?
Yeah.
That was sweet.
That's like the best thing I've ever seen. Actually, that's crazy.
Would have been funny is if he had a red Twizzler.
Oh, I was talking about the character that's coming back to Spider-Man. You know, signs all pointing that it's really Doc Ock, obviously. I mean, it may be more than one person, but Doc Ock was already in the comic in a robot thing or whatever as his essence. So, I mean, that would be big news if, you know, I don't know. It's just that the whole Marvel universe is kind of like messed up right now. So I'm like, you can't really get into it fully if it's not the real universe anyway, or whatever whatever it is. But, you know, I'm looking forward to Deadpool.
Everyone is, I think, in the world.
Yeah.
Except China.
Yeah, except China.
I made a comment on my on Facebook. I said when they do introduce Domino, it'd be funny if Deadpool singing Jessica J's or Jessie J's Domino song.
Oh my God!
Domino looks to him, shut up and help me fight.
Right. You know what's funny? Interesting thing about that is that Domino in X-Force was really copycat for the whole time, right? And then the real Domino popped up, and she didn't even know who the hell. Like, she wasn't even with anybody, and it was like, why even put her in there if she wasn't really...
True.
You know? I like Copycat. That was better.
So I wonder if they're going to use the copycat version of her, or she's going to actually be just somebody named.
I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
If they're going to do Domino, might as well just have Cable in there at the same time. So.
Didn't Copycat die in the comic, though?
I think so. I forget how.
She died as Domino, right? Like when she was Domino or something?
I have to go back and check. It's been a while since I
mean, I got so many. I don't know.
I'm looking forward to the Gone Scott.
Legacy virus.
What is it, Ray?
I was going to say I'm looking forward to 10 Cloverfield Lane even more.
Yeah, that looks great. I
was watching Superbowl, and then when that came on,
that you're right, Chris. That moan was like eerie, man.
And I don't know, like, that's not the Cloverfield Monsters roar. Like, that's something else, unless it's just like another roar that it does. But I don't know. Like, it looks like there's I wouldn't be surprised if they retconned the stuff that J.J. Abrams said and they just made the Cloverfield monster an alien or something. Right. It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, let me ask you a question. Like, why can't movie companies do that? Like, do surprise movies that nobody has no clue that you're making? I mean, there's got to be a way where they can just silence people from leaking stuff and they can just pop something out and you're like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was easy for Abrams to do it with this one because most of the movie was shot in a bunker. But, you know, I think that it's kind of a risky move because on one hand, you've got, all right, this is great. You know, it's coming out next month. You don't have to wait a long time, so people
Nobody was expecting it, though.
Yeah.
So now we're expecting it, and it's going to do better than ever, I think.
Yeah. I think that, I don't know, you know, it's a good point. Like, why don't more movie companies try? I know it's hard to do it now because you can leak anything at any time.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a phone and a
phone.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a camera and you know, you got recording equipment and you got editing equipment all on your phone now, you know. So anybody could walk in there and take like 17 shots of something and then leak it online in a minute.
It's so hard, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I really don't know what the point of this movie is. Like, if they're trying to just make a movie, or if they're trying to make this a franchise or something.
I think they are.
I think they are too.
I would like it to be a franchise.
Because let's be honest, that Cloverfield by itself kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like found
Oh
footage.
God.
Oh no! Don't get me started.
When they were gonna make Friday the 13th a found footage, I started getting like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
And then they scrapped it because fans flipped out.
Well, I mean, what J.J. Abrams was trying to accomplish with Cloverfield, I don't know if you guys know the story behind that, but he got inspired to do it because him and his son went to Japan, and he took his son into like 3 or 4 toy stores, and the biggest thing over there still was Godzilla. And he was like, this is so cool that they have this monster that's been around for 50 plus years. Why don't we have one? So he wanted to make a movie kind of giving America its own monster. The problem was, he didn't make the movie, like, the monster wasn't the point. It was everything else. That was like the human drama and stuff.
It was like a tease.
Right.
Yeah.
The monster didn't do anything, so it was just like, who cares? That could have been about an earthquake.
The monster appeared in the last seconds. It was like, it could have been.
Tremors was more like a Godzilla film than
Yeah.
Cloverfield.
And then they killed it. They killed it at the end of the like later on, he comes out and he's like, yeah, the military eventually kills the monster, and that's how they're able to recover the camera. Well, why didn't you put that in the movie? Like, what?
Right.
Mm-hmm. I ain't like that.
You know what it was? Who was it? 20th Century Fox, right? They had Alien, and then they had a secondary alien, which was Predator. And they said they wanted to make a third type of alien that was going to be in the same universe, species. And it never took off like that. It took off differently, where it became more of a sexual whatever thing, and then it went off, and it's because that was supposed to be like the female version of, like, really of like the alien, and then it just never took off, and it was like, oh crap. And then he tried to do when Prometheus, it didn't work either. Like, it's just like,
so that's why
they wanted to have like a third thing, you know.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, because it's funny you said it, because I actually watched Species 2 last night because it was on my movie channels.
Right.
It's kind of funny that you say that, because when you think about what the alien version of the woman who was the thing looked like,
right,
she kind of looked like a xenomorph.
It's the same design, H.R. Giger. Yeah.
And they said in that movie too that they got the human scientists in the movie got the idea to breed these two species, human and whatever this other one was, from a signal they got from space.
That was probably the alien.
Yeah, that could have been like the engineers or something.
But they recalibrated it where it was no face huggers. And it was just her.
And she was obsessed with breeding, kind of like the Queen Alien was in Aliens.
Yeah.
So that works.
See, the thing is, the Queen Alien, you didn't see her breed with anybody. You just saw her lay eggs all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So who the hell was the one that mated with her? That's the thing.
There was a King Alien, like Kenner, when they were making the toys, they made a King Alien toy. I don't know if that's canon.
We've never seen it.
Yeah.
I think we need to see that, though. But
I think that would be cool.
I was going to say that I ain't liked found footage films ever since the Blair Witch Project.
Now, Blair Witch was done good, but yes, the problem is started cranking them out left, right, and center.
Yeah, right after that, everybody did another
after the third film.
Yeah. That's what I'm basically saying. Ever since that one, everyone's brought them out, and they've not been the same since that one.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with found footage movies too is that you pretty much know everybody's gonna die.
Right.
Like, because how are they gonna? There was only one character in Cloverfield who survived, and we never found out what happened to her.
Right.
And it's like, well, okay.
Going back to the species thing, I loved the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The second one was okay. Then it just got ridiculous. But she actually became a rat, if you remember. She became.
Yeah.
She didn't die. She kind of changed, and they never said what happened to that. And it's like, and then they went really like. Not only like B movie, but CD movie. It was like really bad. I mean, like even worse than like a TV show. Like really.
I saw the movie Splice, and it was
that was basically like a Species reboot.
Yeah.
That was a creepy movie, Splice. Yeah. That was really creepy.
Yeah.
And another one I can't wait for is Independence Day.
I saw weeks ago, I don't know if I told you, I watched Unfriended.
Oh, me too.
That thing sucked.
Well, they're making a sequel to it because it was successful.
Oh God! Because I remember I told you it was nothing more than pretty much Twitter and Skype.
Yeah, I was saying I'm glad I'm not on Skype anymore. I'm like, oh, that's great. Yeah.
I like how when they were typing. I mean, it probably would have been better on the big screen, but when they were typing, right? I couldn't read the friggin' thing.
Me
I had
too.
to run up to the screen, and I was like, "What are they saying?" Like,
Me and Sharon, I was like into the TV because I didn't have a high definition TV, so I had like a older one. So I'm like, I can't see what this. It's like all ridiculous.
Hey, I was at the big screen, and trust me, you could barely see anything there either.
Jesus.
It just.
Not to mention that these were like the worst teens of humanity.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
Just the worst.
Who
people.
does that bullying like that? And then they try to be like they're nice and stuff. They cheat on each other, and it's like, what the hell?
I took a film of that one gal.
That made like teenagers look bad, actually. Yeah,
that was the one movie I said just wait for it to get on beta, because that's pretty much that was a movie that showed literally straight to DVD.
That was just, and it's getting a sequel, which is interesting.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a lot of films out. There's a lot of films that should be straight to DVD in sometimes, but they don't do it now.
Like I said, I like Green Inferno. I saw that. I like that.
I gotta watch that.
And now the Eli Roth is putting out the Keanu Reeves horror movie. I don't think it's out yet. Knock Knock, is it out yet? I don't think it's out yet, right, Scott? Yeah, I don't think so.
So, is that the one about the two girls who come in and...
Yeah, that I think is coming out. Yeah. Isn't there a new Underworld coming out? Or is that next year?
Yeah, I think it's next year.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Rogue One.
That's like the Doctor Who be out the same time. You know?
Yeah.
It's like I could wait for that because I got so much stuff to do now. It's like it's a lot of cool movies though, you know, that are coming out now. So Civil War is going to be great. Doctor Strange is going to be great. Doctor Strange is technically before Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So November, right? I think.
Yeah.
Bat in the Sun. I once again comment about why don't they do Doctor Strange meets Darth Vader.
Yeah, man. Stan Lee wants that. He wants that crossover. That would never happen with Star Wars.
Oh God, that would not.
It never happened.
It was cool that Bat in the Sun one they did with Batman and Darth Vader.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
yeah.
I didn't see that.
Gave me the idea for Doctor Strange.
The alternate ending was really good too.
Alrighty. So, anything else, guys?
Well, we didn't bring it up before, but what did everybody think of the X-Men Apocalypse trailer?
It was very short. Like, it was very, like...
It's like a blink.
It was like, you know those things, like... I really don't like that sometimes when they have, like... Remember when Doctor Who and they used to do the Flash thing when it was, like, Stolen Earth and Journey's End? Like,
oh, yeah.
And they show all the characters. This was, like, so fast, and then shows Apocalypse, like, choking them, and I was like, all right. You know, it was just too fast for me.
It was like the Flash had been there and gone wrong.
It was just too fast for me, man.
The Turtles one was a lot better, I felt.
Yeah, I like the Turtles.
Yeah, they saw Krang. I mean, that was great.
Yes.
I was like, oh, this is going to be killer, man. It's going to be great. I thought it was going to suck. But, and also, too, I guess it's punishment in the first movie. Megan Fox had to be completely covered. She cannot show off her assets, nothing. I guess now that punishment's over, and she's like whipping everything out now. So. But she was definitely, that was like part of the deal. Like punishment, that just to do a movie without showing off, you know, her stuff. But now she has freedom to just, hey, let me just whip everything out.
Here we go.
Very shameless like that.
Here's my turtles.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Shame.
But I actually thought
turtle shells.
When I first saw the first trailer for Turtles 2, I thought it was gonna suck. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be shit. But then when I saw the Krang, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Oh, yes.
Once I saw Krang, I'm like, all right, I feel better now because
and they introduced him in just such a great way too. You just see that. as though he's looking through.
Yeah, but it's like now we have another villain. It's not gonna be like Shredder.
It's gonna be
got
clang.
And the possibilities are endless. You could have tons of different creatures that he creates or whatever.
Yeah. So question being is the Shredder that we saw in the first movie the genuine guy, or is he a poser like they did with Mr. Ringy from the last Iron Man movie?
I don't think it's gonna be like the Iron Man thing. No, like the Mandarin. No.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a genuine Shredder. I think.
If he ain't, then that's gonna be the biggest surprise.
No, but then again, he's got that mutant thing in him, right? The mutant gen. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But what about? I want to ask you, Chris. Lex Luthor, doesn't he? How does he lose the hair in the movie, or he never has it?
I'm assuming that either he's wearing a wig, or the kryptonite poisoning does something to him.
Where he loses his hair.
Where he loses his hair. Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly though, I don't care. He's not Lex Luthor. That's not Lex Luthor.
Well, nobody's nobody really. I mean, they're not. Like,
that's got to be like the least movie I'm looking forward to this year.
Oh, I have another problem, right? I saw the Turkish Airlines, right? For Gotham, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Why would he rebuild the theater that his parents died outside of? And make it like the hottest thing in Gotham, like a nightclub or whatever. Like, we rebuilt a certain theater, like, that would never happen, wouldn't it? He would never do that.
I don't know. I
wouldn't. I'm sorry, but if my parents died outside, I wouldn't make it like the hottest, spot for teenagers and people to go to and party. Because every time I go to that theater, I look around outside, and that's where they died. I wouldn't like to do that.
That's just cringy.
That's creepy.
That's the theater. I'm pretty sure, Chris.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I don't understand that.
I mean, now that you bring that up, I don't get it. But to tell you the truth, though, I really like the design of Gotham City.
Unless, Chris, they make it like they died somewhere else, not by the theater.
Maybe he redid it so that it wasn't such a bad area. He made it better so that no one else would get robbed there or something like that.
That's still really.
The memory is still.
Well, yeah.
That's like the doctor said to that one dude in the first adventure. You replace the mop head, you replace the stick as the general broom.
Right. It's still right.
And they still forget it. Bad analogy.
No, it's a good analogy. It's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Ain't Mr. Freeze coming into Gotham?
Yeah, I'm not really. I saw the first episode I was in. I never really got into it yet. I haven't had time. But yeah, he's coming. He's going to be around.
You know what I found weird? Like, now that you said that, I'm thinking about the Turkish Airlines thing, which I still think it's good marketing, but you know how in the Metropolis one they had Lex Luthor and it was almost like it was his commercial?
Yeah.
Why was he saying Superman was a hero?
I don't know.
Because it said even they're heroes, and it zoomed in on the statue. Why did he put that in the commercial?
Wouldn't they not have a statue of Superman because he was from the same race that was destroying everything in the first place? So wouldn't they be like, oh, he's a menace or he's not a menace? Like, why would they take to him when he destroyed the city? Like, I mean, not that he... I mean, really.
I mean, there is a group of people, like, there's a faction, not a faction, but there's a lot of people in this movie who think Superman is a hero. So...
Right.
I don't know. I just think it's weird that Superman was in Lex Luthor's commercial. Like, it's kind of
find it how the Daily Planet's like.
Unless it was before he became enemies with him.
That's true.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it was a Turkish Airlines commercial, so it's like you can't really take it too seriously. But
let's just hope they do it right, man. I don't like to see crappy movies, and even though I'm a Marvel guy, I really don't want that to fail. The Batman vs Superman, so I really hope they do it right. But I have a feeling I'm not going to be happy.
So is it that Suicide Squad's going to be their money maker, and this one's going to be the one which they put all their eggs and go, whoops.
It's probably going to be, but Will Smith needs to grab some franchises or something. He can't just look to be in a Batman villain or something or whatever.
I'm telling you, he should have been in Independence Day.
Yeah.
He should have
He-
been.
He
But
should have
his ego
been.
got in the way.
I don't know
He
about you,
ruined it.
but his son ain't been in much since that Karate Kid, has he?
He hasn't done Karate Kid. There was.
I mean,
some-
post After Earth. I mean,
Oh.
it kind of hurt him a lot. You know.
Easy stomach, easy.
he's got to stop doing these friggin' movies like Gertrude, that Concussion. I still didn't get to see it yet, but like, he's trying to do all these Oscar-worthy things. Oscar-worthy things don't make you money. Like, it makes you recognition, but not money. Like, if your money's going down, you're not gonna get like the 25 million you used to get for like a,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
He's-
that's what, like, I mean, Independence Day was. I know that his first movie, I believe, was 6 Degrees of Separation, but Independence Day was the thing that really, really put him over the top.
Yeah, he should have found a way to do that.
Yeah, he should have been like, you know what? Yeah,
That was a
I'll drop
stupid-
my.
And Men in Black.
He gave that up too. Like, that's stupid too.
Well, he was in 3. I mean,
No, but that was the most successful one.
yeah.
But still,
Lower
And they
your price tag, and you could have dropped your ego. But yeah, like you said.
I mean, how much better would these Independence? I mean, the Independence Day Resurgence marketing stuff has been good so far, but how much better would it have been if he was in it?
absolutely.
I mean, think about that.
Let me tell you something. If I was him, right, and I knew what made me famous, right, I go, listen, I know my asking price is $25 million. I'm doing this at $5 million. Just shut up and just do it, Because what's going to
plus,
happen is,
on top of that, he could take that other half and give it to whatever charity, and you know how people just, oh, he's just the most greatest man.
right, but
Yes.
you know what, though? You do it, right, it could become super popular, and then your asking price goes back up again.
Right.
Then
Because now, you know what it is now? He had some clunkers, right? Now he's afraid to do everything. I mean, he's just like, he's getting too paranoid. He's like, I don't know if I want to do this. And then he does it. He still sucks like these movies.
Unless
he's-
he got the script and it wasn't good.
Like, he's
Something.
afraid to just. Come on, man. His career was going down the tubes anyway. What's the difference?
And
I think
after the,
I mean, even Dumb and Dumber 2 was terrible, but it still made money.
I don't know about you, but after he's been in these things, I think his career's over.
Who? Will Smith?
Yeah.
No.
No, he's young.
he'll find something.
He's got to find something that he could do that could have a franchise.
More chance of a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
Look at
movie.
Jennifer Lawrence, right? She
Mm.
had the Hunger Games. She has X-Men. I mean, she could still be an X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
She's got that. I mean, that's as long as they want her forever. So it's like,
And not to mention that, like, any other franchises could pick her up at any time.
Yep.
Like,
DC could easily pick her up.
I think she could be in something like
Absolutely.
other than X-Men and stuff. I think that she could be in another franchise
Of
really
course.
quick.
See, Hugh Jackman tried to do the pirate thing, thinking that Pan was going to make it. It didn't.
Mm.
Nobody cared about that. So it's like he's been trying. He's been trying to do the Rock'em Sock'em type of thing. Right? Wasn't he in Chappie?
Yeah, he was in
All that
Chappie.
stuff didn't work. It was like, all right, whatever.
But at least he gave a shot, and he had these other films over here, and he wasn't making these bukus.
No, I mean, he was at a museum. That was funny.
Yeah.
But he's got it. He basically he's versatile. He can do plays and stuff too, and movies. But Will Smith is like, to me, is like, maybe he needs to get into horror. I mean, look at Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, right?
Yeah.
He's coming back. I mean, he's got sequels to stuff you never even heard of, like John Wick, right? He's doing a horror movie with Eli Roth. I mean, he's starting to, like, upswing again, So Will Smith needs to just start doing, other stuff, man.
What about if he went into TV again?
No, dude.
No.
For $25 million, no way.
No.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, we see Anthony Hopkins doing tax commercials and stuff. But Anthony Hopkins could be in Thor 3 in 5 minutes and get paid like whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or he could be Hannibal Lecter. He don't want to be Hannibal Lecter anymore. They could just be like, oh, yeah, here you go. I mean, he could do anything, Anthony Hopkins. But, Will Smith has got to figure something out, or he's got to He's got to get some good roles, good movie making, money, like movies that make money. I mean, he can't just rely on Deadshot. I mean, that's
part of the reason.
What?
You think Jada Pink is his wife? Jada Pink has something to do with it?
See, I don't know, man. She's in Gotham. See, she left Gotham, and all of a sudden she's coming back to Gotham. So I thought she was leaving Gotham to leave Gotham. Now she's coming back. So I don't know, man. And she had the Matrix movies.
Yeah.
So she had that. He's getting older, though. He needs to do something quick. Like get in there.
I don't, I mean, I know I've said it already, but like, I just don't understand what he was thinking when he gets this ID42 trailer or script, and he's just like, no.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
I don't get that. Like, it doesn't make, unless the script was bad. But
you know what, though? I've been dying for it. How many people have been dying for that? Like, to see that, right?
I mean, I think that the thing that people were waiting for was to see him and Jeff Goldblum back on the screen together.
Well,
like, that was the thing.
The guy was smart. When he did the script, he did 2 versions, one with Will Smith and one without, in case this would happen, and it did happen. So it's like, goodbye. I think, honestly, that's a perfect thing. Listen, you want to be a movie star, like, making him wait or absolutely not. And then, you know what? They killed him off in a friggin' documentary thing. And I think that's fantastic, because you know what? You're an idiot for saying no.
It's like I was saying with Men in Black. He said no, and then he complains about the woman lead.
Well, he can't complain. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
If you leave, who gives a shit about your opinion? Like, you can't, like, think, this is what the problem with the egos, okay? Egos set in, and then it's like the point of no return, right? Jim Carrey was offered, like, ridiculous amounts of money to do Mask 2. Ridiculous amounts. Like, I'm talking, he would have, like, probably contracts where he could do 2 and 3, he could make money like Jack Nicholson. I mean, it's like ridiculous. And he says no. And he's like, no to Ace Ventura 3, no to this. Like, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Like, while you are popular, you're on this wave. Ride the effing wave, man. Don't, like, say, nah, I'm going to take a break for a year or 2. Nah, I'm going to do some serious stuff. No, man. And then he gets a role in Kick-Ass, right? Which, too, and he did great. He did great, but he bashed his own movie that he was in. That's low class.
It's like, what's the name? I know it's a few years back now, but it's like Evan Almighty. He turned down his role to return as Bruce Almighty, didn't he?
That's stupid, too. That's stupid, too. Because now he got to the position, oh crap, what am I going to do now? And now all of a sudden he's doing like Dumb and Dumber 2, and he's trying to get a sequel to Ace Ventura. I mean, so, come on, man. I wanted to see that like 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And the wave is gone. That's.
I mean, the wave is kind of getting up, but it's not as high as it used to be. And you don't even know if he's the age where it's going to work.
No, the jokes and the punchlines would have worked X number of years ago, but today it's like, okay.
It's like Sylvester Stallone came out, right, and he says, look, I'm flat out too old to be Rambo. I can't do it anymore. And everybody respects him because he's friggin' honest. The guy just can't do it. He's older, right? But half these people, they don't know when to quit.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, man, and he says, listen, I could be Rocky, but I'm not fighting. I'm training, whatever. That's fine, too. He would have loved to be
Expendables because he's at the, these are like movies you can dish out. Like,
right, he could just put the sunglasses on, talk, joke around, and then you have the stunt double go running around for you.
Yeah, he can do one of these each year, and he has time enough to go to something else, and which tells me he's a star. He's a celebrity like the old-time ones. Right. Where a lot of these celebrities today, it's like, oh, I'm making $20 million. You see the movie and you go, okay, and where's your $20 million worth of what?
See this thing about Die Hard? Now, like Bruce Willis it's supposed to be a prequel, but he's got like half the movie him. That's not gonna work. Same with Godfather too.
That's just ridiculous.
I don't want to know what happened before. Nobody gives a crap what happened before.
It's like you said, Joe. We don't hit him like that. we picked him whereas we already don't add Advertiser.
Let me tell you something. What I saw, right, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, Scott, like your opinion, right? When I saw the promos to the Enterprise pilot, I'm like, oh, this is exciting. They didn't even have, they had like different music. They didn't even have like a Star Trek music. They didn't even call it Star Trek NX1. He had the freaking hat on. It was getting right. I started watching. I'm like, oh, this is freaking cool, right? The moment I started to see when it got into it, an effing rope fling out like a damn grappling hook. I almost pissed my pants. And I was just saying, I just screamed at the TV. I'm like, what the? Like, what is this? That's not Star Trek. A rope in space. And I'm like, oh my God, that's terrible. And then they use the transporter for the first time. They don't even really have a phaser. I'm like, oh my God, this is like cavemen Star Trek. And I'm like, this is never going to work. Ever, right?
And it lasted.
And then they started to be like, listen, we need to do some crazy stuff to keep this show going. So we're going to do like this temporal time war thing, and we're going to do like, Archer's going to counter the Borg. Archer's going to counter the Romulans, even though nobody counted Romulans but Kirk. So they made him Kirk, and it didn't work. Why? Why didn't it work? Because you didn't have Spock or Scotty or everybody. So it wasn't that. And they were different, and I got really pissed that there was a Vulcan on board because I'm like, this is trying to copy.
Yeah, because to me,
Spock was the first and only. Spock was the Vulcan, and there was no other Vulcans but Spock in Starfleet. That was it. That was the whole point. Not T'Pol. That was ridiculous. And then T'Pol was doing all this like weird stuff, like like what having sex and like whatever massaging. Like, what is this going? I'm like, this is crazy. And then they had a time travel thing. I'm like, this is really cool.
And that's what killed it. They just like every other episode.
She invented Velcro. I mean, this is Jesus. And then I just can't. I couldn't. And then the worst thing, you kill Trip. Talker. Like I love that character. Like, what is wrong with you? And then they made it the whole thing didn't exist. It was like a
holographic thing.
It was like a Dallas thing, which you didn't know if it existed because Riker was watching it like a TV show.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, they just ruined it. And that he's the one that created the United Federation of Planets. He's the one. He's above Kirk like this. No, I didn't want any of that.
That was why they could save face. They could pretty much make it seem, well, our records back then weren't 100%, so let's make it as a holographic program. They're trying to work things out.
Because they didn't really know themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't having it. I didn't like it.
I think that was their way of saying, well, if this doesn't work out, we can come back.
But then when the ratings started dropping it, then they called it Star Trek Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started getting a theme and all that stuff. But that was too late. You can't go backwards. That's what happens. Like, you try to go backwards with Star Wars. It was like, all right, there was some cool things with Ben Kenobi, Darth Maul, right? But like, it doesn't work.
No, yeah, because nobody cares. I mean, if those came out first and they worked their way up, fine. But it's like one of these. Okay, we know this guy became this guy. We know this happened here and here. No, it's like history in school. How many of them people are like?
I was waiting for a sequel to Return of the Jedi forever. Then I got the special editions. There was nothing else. And then, like, they were released with special editions with new stuff, right? And then they finally decided to do the prequels. All right, well, it's not what I wanted because I wanted the sequels, but I had nothing else. So you took it, right? But it's like we all had a vision when we were growing up of how the hell Darth Vader got that. Like that, like how did he become burnt?
Pretty much.
In our mind, we heard things like General Kenobi, and you think in Clone Wars, what's that? That's probably like something cooler.
Yeah.
That Star Wars. What is that? And you all created this vision of what you thought it was going to be, and then when they tried to explain it, and they went backwards, you're like, oh. That's not what I thought it was going to be.
No.
Like, over love? Like, what?
It's a Romeo and Juliet?
What the?
I think the biggest problem, like the problem was a big problem for me anyway too, was they tried to make Darth Vader bigger than he was.
Yeah.
Like in 1, 2, and 3, he was just a guy who went bad, you know, and he did all these horrible things. In 1, 2, and 3, they made it like he was some sort of like virgin birth, like
I hated that.
hero of the
Like
galaxy.
he's the Messiah or something.
It's
I'm
like, now
what
that's just cheesy.
And,
Now
and,
This
and
is
to
Star
this
Wars.
day, go ahead.
No, that was it.
Okay, I was gonna say, and Padme to this day I think was a cougar. I mean, come on! In the first movie,
I said the same thing. I
and
was like,
and Anakin was how old? And then the next movie,
I didn't want to try to figure that out.
He was a cougar.
But like I never saw him as like Jesus Christ type of thing and Messiah, and I'm like, what is this?
Well, they
Why are
never,
you
they
doing
never
this?
said that he was anything like that.
That's ridiculous.
In 1, 2, and 3, he was just a Jedi who went bad.
Yeah.
But they said that she never had a fall. He was just born.
No, I meant in 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, 4, 5, and 6.
They
Right,
said
I know that.
He
I
was
know.
never a chosen one. It was like, you know,
Right.
He was just somebody like.
he was just a guy. He was just a guy who did things, and that was it. In 1, 2, and 3, they're like, he's this prophesized hero, and the only reason that he did that was because Darth Vader was so popular that he had to make him. Lucas had to make him some
Yeah, but
impossible thing.
he should have had the same people helping him that helped him with 4, 5, and 6.
Oh yes.
Ruined it. And it's again, you get the stupid battle droids. This freaking they suck. Like you go backwards, just like the grappling hook hits the ship. I cracked up laughing when I saw that, and at the same time was cursing the screen in Enterprise. I'm like, oh God, don't do this.
I never understood that. Like I mean, I've said this before. When I was younger, I was like, these things, they don't do anything. They don't do anything. They have the clones are so much better. The friggin' battle droids are horrible. And then you know what they did in Clone Wars? They made good battle droids. At this point, they had battle droids that were on par with clones. And I'm sitting here like, why didn't they start out that way? Like,
see, I didn't understand, right? That they spent all this money for the droids, right? And then they got the clones, right? So if you spent like, I don't know, astronomical amount of money for the stuff, why don't you use both? I don't understand that. Like, why? I mean, wouldn't it be totally unstoppable if you got billions of droids and billions of clones like that? All right, we're done with that. Thanks. Let's just throw them in the garbage. I didn't understand that. Or the rebels could have just took those droids and reprogrammed them and helped them.
they did that.
They did?
You want to know? I cannot believe you just said that.
Oh no.
In Lords of the Sith, the rebels, the way it starts out, they requisition battle droids and they reprogram the fight. They reprogram to fight the Empire.
Well, why not? I mean, what
Yeah.
are you going to do with them? Like this, like, why wouldn't you pick them up?
It was
instead?
awesome. The way they did it too, it was amazing.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. Well, that's what the Terminator. They reprogrammed the Terminators to be good guys.
Yep.
So I don't know. I get passionate when I start talking about these things. Just like
I can tell.
I'm really pissed that Sigourney Weaver's not doing Alien 5 because they got rid of Neil Blomkamp and we got friggin' Ridley Scott doing a friggin' 180. And they're like, oh, forget about these other new aliens. We're going to go back to the original aliens. It's like,
I wanted Alien 5.
please, don't do that. The whole thing about Prometheus, he kept saying it, the whole business model.
Mm-hmm.
His plan was to go, this is aliens, and you're going this way. This way. Different. You never see alien in it. You're going to go see these different things. You're going to go see. You're not going to do anything to do with aliens. Maybe at the end you'll see something. And then he's like, oh, this guy's becoming popular. Oh, everybody's talking about Sigourney Weaver. Everybody's talking about Alien. You know what? Fire this guy because my Martian did great, and I'm going to do Alien now. Like, no. You're going to call it Prometheus 2, whatever. Then you're going to call it Paradise Lost. Then you mentioned that you got it from a book. So the person that, they're like, oh, now they're going to get sued. So then I had to change it again.
Joe,
Yeah.
would you like that film to flop just to prove a point to him?
No. There's a reason why I don't want it to flop, okay? I don't want to wait 30 years to see an Alien movie. Like, honestly. I'm getting older. So, like, I mean, I do age. So I want Aliens to continue, but I want to see Sigourney Weaver. Like, I think he's against women leads because he's not even hiring back Naomi Rapace, which is ridiculous.
I really want to know how she's gonna be absent from that movie.
That doesn't
but Michael
make
Fassbender's
sense.
gonna be in it. Like, I don't understand that. He doesn't even have a body. He doesn't have a body. How is he gonna be in it? Would she fix
I'm
him?
sorry, but if she could just give birth and then run down the hall, she's going to be in the next 5, as far as I'm concerned. Like, there's no way you're going to tell me she gets killed off and then whatever. That's true. I'm not believing it. Sorry. So.
Maybe her ship crashed into Will Smith's ship, and that's why she's not in it.
And where are we? Wild Wild West? Talk about this.
Oh, God.
No, we're in a town called Mercy.
Well,
And Matt Smith's just waiting.
days.
Oh.
He's got to do. You know what he's got to do? Will Smith's got to do some drama, horror / sci-fi weird thing where it's just on the edge of your seat. He's the action hero. Something different.
Hey,
Well, Will
put him in
Smith, Matt.
Godzilla too.
Put him
No,
in
no.
Godzilla too.
Yeah.
Put him
And
in
then-
it.
Yeah, do a film with Sigourney Weaver, Will Smith, and Matt Smith.
Listen, put him in a different alien movie. Put him against the Predator. In the new Predator movie.
Somebody did something real funny. It says, a boring day at work, and you see a picture of Sigourney Weaver. She's going like this, and then they bring like the edge of a stapler and have the thing shoot out. That was funny.
Listen, put him in a horror franchise. Or put him in.
Yep.
He's got. Do some dramatic thing or something. Make him a cop and.
A period piece. If it has to be a horror flick like this, the zombie thing, Pride and Prejudice, do something similar to that.
I was gonna say do something like with Beverly Hills Cop, make him another cop that like Eddie Murphy's with or something, or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Or Time Cop, right? Do a reboot of Time Cop, but with him in the lead.
Yeah, because he was like Lethal Weapon 4. They done Chris Rock in that, didn't they?
Well, you could do a Lethal Weapon reboot with him.
Yeah.
You could.
And I mean, he could be I'm not being rude. He could be
Well, they could reverse it. They can make him like the young person, and the other one like the white guy, the old guy. Reverse the race or whatever. Riggs, he'll be Riggs, and then the other one will be Murtaugh.
Or Murtaugh's son.
No,
No, let's not do it. Son thing. It's getting old.
Race, whatever. I don't know.
To me, those are getting old as well. That's like, this is the personal son. Okay.
Well, why don't they do something where he gets trapped into a parallel universe or something, and there's all these different things or something. Aren't they remaking Space 1999? Throw him in that.
Yep.
Yeah, Phil Matt Smith into that. He'll do something. I think Matt Smith's best genre is sci-fi.
Or if they do a sequel of Jaws, which I'm hearing there are, throw him in that.
No,
he'll get killed
They are
first.
doing a sequel. He
Be the shark.
No, he hinted at it. He says, I'm not going to redo it, but I wouldn't be opposed to continuing it. So it's like...
Throw Will Smith into the E.T. world.
He can be E.T. then.
no.
I'd love to see his head go,
Make him a villain.
Yeah.
Make him
Well,
a
that's what
dick.
you're sort of doing with the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but now make him like a real dick. Excuse my language.
Don't worry. I think he's already going to be a dick after this movie.
I'm trying to help him out.
We all are.
Jada Pinkett Smith, I don't know what she's doing, but other than Gotham, so.
She probably left thinking, I'm going to be able to do something big, and then, okay. I
Look at, I read this thing about his son wanted to chop off for his birthday, and I'm like, wow.
No.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I gotta see if that's true. We'll do a Topic Wonders on that one.
I prefer not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, probably not.
That'd be the lowest Topic Wonders.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's a
they'll
bad
probably
one.
it would be the lowest ratings.
Topic Wonders.
Yeah,
It was the
really.
lowest point.
It would be the lowest rating Topic Wonders. That's true. So
One time you're wishing people would come out and bash.
Oh no!
I
Hell no!
I got to make a new graphics for the Everything Show for my Facebook page. I did a nice thing with the horror cache. I liked it.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah, that
that.
was cool.
Yeah, so I'm learning, guys. So we'll see.
Slowly, right, he's getting there.
There's a lot of things. I got a lot of things going on. You know, I got to get this book out. This new one. I really want to. God, I wish there's a way I could submit it this week. I really do.
Just ask Adam Sandler for the click.
I don't remember ever working on one book so long in my life. I mean, literally, you could go to my YouTube channel and see like 2 years ago, me and Sharon are like designing the cover for this. It's like we're making videos on it and everything. It's like I'm so like ready to get this out that today, while the Super Bowl was on, I'm writing the one after that, and I'm like getting like all the stuff, and I'm like, when
I Facebooked you, I said, I went over to Barnes & Noble here on 71st. I asked him, and the guy goes, oh yeah, our poetry section's over here. I keep forgetting that because we don't even have that.
Too soon. It's too soon.
Yes,
they're gonna have it in a couple weeks. It's too soon.
I even showed her the picture of the last book, and she said they didn't even have that one either.
No, the first book they're gonna have is Promise Dream.
Pardon me.
No, that's okay. First book they're gonna have is Promise Dream. From what I understand, in the next week or probably in 2 weeks, even Pensacola, Florida will have it, and I think the Grove has it, but I'm not sure.
Do you know Roman Reigns was having it?
So before Steampunk goes all the way over there, I want to make sure, they actually have it. But it takes my publisher a while to make the copy and send it. It's not already made. Like you have to actually make it. But I think that's the way of the future, because how many times people write books and they make millions of copies and they bomb? And what are you going to do with all these books then?
Yep.
Make them clearance and everything. Wouldn't it be better to just print on demand when they need it? I would think that would be easier.
And I know it's digital, and a lot of stuff would be easy, but I'm like you a lot of times. I like to have something physical to be able to hold and flick through.
Yeah, I listen. I have the downloads, but who the hell wants to do that? I would rather read the book.
Now, if it's like an older book, like something like several years ago.
Well, see, that's what got me mad when the lady's like, "Oh, you don't have anything new." It's like they're all. And I'm like, and I told you it was like Kill Bill. I was like, and I was like, dun, 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 and like the music's playing in my head, and I'm like,
There you go. There's Will Smith's new franchise, Kill Will.
Kill Will.
No, make him blooming what's the name? Oh, Perry Mason.
no.
Ooh, there you go, Perry Mason.
Yeah, right.
Because they're supposed to be bringing back Angela Lansbury's character, and she's supposed to be black.
Angela Lansbury?
They're supposed to, unless they already did, I don't know, but I heard there was talk about bringing Murder She Wrote back, but the girl's going to be black instead of...
Well, I'm not really crazy about that. But.
Make him Kojak!
They tried that too, didn't they? It failed?
Oh, yeah, I saw...
They had a black Kojak, didn't they? They tried.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I honestly liked it, and it was decent.
I didn't even see it.
Ving Rhames was the guy.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see it. All right, guys. On that note, we will do shows tomorrow after Raw, I guess, because I like to get Chris in there. But you're busy tomorrow, right, Chris, or no?
I mean, I might be
Mondays
tomorrow.
Yeah, all right. So
I might be persuaded. The word, Chris, is I might get persuaded.
If they have a Godzilla trailer.
He should. No, the only way he'll get persuaded is if he goes to Texas.
We'll see Chris when he's available. Because also, too, I don't know if I may be stuck, too, because this is going to be a crazy work week. So if I get home at 10, 11, I may be sleeping.
They're cutting hours left and right, so I'm getting off at 2 tomorrow, so I'm going to be doing my taxes.
Tuesday, I'm probably not going to do anything. Because Tuesday is my 15-hour, and I'm probably going to be like sleeping after that. But I want, you know what it is with me? I had this book for too long. like I start getting like I'm writing the next one because I'm like I want to focus on the next one. I want to like I got this brilliant title now, and I'm like all excited
That's the
about.
writer's itch.
No, I'm excited now because like the next one. Let's move on. I have a great title, the whole concept, and I'm like, let's go. And it's like because I have the one after that one written. The sixth one's a big one for me. So I've had that written for like a while, sitting in the laptop. But I extended the series, so I'm like, you know. But this one I'm starting to write, and I'm like, I want to get Perfect Wish in so I can start working on this, you know. I just don't like it's too long, man. I'm so used to, I popped out like 10 books in 2 years. Now it's like I'm sitting since 2014 with Perfect Wish trying to get it done. And it's too long. Too long.
At least you get an article. You get an article about the shows soon.
Well, yeah, I got an article about Matrix Law 2 and 2, Who Means Kiss, Everything Show All of Us. So it's yeah, that's right. I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow night. Thank you.
There you go. See?
I want to get in early so I can get my copies, and then you know I'm gonna be proud about that. I'll be like, yeah, look at this. Yeah.
I'm a star. I'm a star.
I'm a star. Mm.
Nah, I never think of myself as that.
Nah.
So
Will Smith does though, but we don't.
yeah, I'm not. I mean, it would be nice to have fans. I'm not used to that yet. You know.
You got us as fans.
Oh, a buddy of mine at work told me, yeah, she signed up for the like casting 360, and it's for like extras and here and there. Okay.
Yeah. Well, listen, I just want to make it also another announcement. I'm very, you know, thank you guys for subscribing and thank you guys for your support and thank you for, you know, liking my stuff, and I really appreciate people who are interested in my books and everybody, you know, so. You know, I got some new followers on Instagram and everything too, so, you know, I do apologize for not updating my Tumblr. I got to work on that.
Oh, I can't remember the last time I was on mine. Yeah. So.
And my Daily Motion and my Ustream and whatever. It's just, there's only so many hours in a day, really. But I promise, you know, if you stay with me, you're still going to have some great videos, a new book eventually, hopefully 2 this year, which I'm planning on. And, you know, I'm also no, another thing, we will be returning, Chris, to JHU Comics to do the Everything Show this time.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna do the Everything Show there because we're gonna talk about.
Damn. That was not anticipated, I promise.
We're gonna be doing show with the Everything Show in JHU Comics on comics and movies, and it's fitting rather than just Doctor Who, so that's going to be great. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to my co-host joining us very soon on the Horrorcast. That is going to be great. So, and she's also a writer, so it's going to be really nice. She has a great personality. So that's happening the 17th. I have it scheduled.
Next week.
The 17th is a...
Next Saturday? Not next Saturday. The Saturday after.
Oh, no, it can't be the 17th. No, when is it going to be? Is it the 17th? I think she told me the 17th or the 20th. So we'll see.
The 17th is a Wednesday.
Yeah, so maybe it's a... I think it's Saturday. It might be the 20th. So she's going to be starting, so that's going to be great. So maybe we're going to pop out some podcasts on that day. And also, we got to do a review of, you know, Dalek Invasion of Earth.
Mm-hmm. I still have it.
I'm watching that tomorrow.
Yeah, it's over there. So
that's a sad thing. I'll watch something and it's like, oh yeah.
I know. All right, guys. So time for bed. So take care. Bye for now.
No.